educational purposes than for entertainment purposes, so feel free to watch. And I'm just going to be bantering with my partner tonight, the Scald, also known as the Scotty, or Biscotti if you choose.
It's not biscotti. I'm coughing thing.
So tonight we are. Oh, we missed the helmet.
Operator,
I'm sorry.
Oh, but that was a bummer.
You don't need to thank me.
That's a bummer. Okay. So if you will notice, I am right now scrolling through the different variations of the map. You can see all those icons up there with the red 1, the 3, the 1, the 4, and the 3. Those are basically quests or gaming options. So that's the quest right there. This area is just basic alerts that will inform you of little treasure hunts or things that you can do currently in the area for some specific rewards. This is an invasion. Usually here you align with one of the sides in the game, in this case Fomorian or Razorback Armada, Corpus or Grenier, and you can get some pretty cool loot from that. These are syndicate missions, so during the game you can align yourself with certain syndications or syndicates, and as you do those missions you earn reward points that you can use to cash in and level up your reputation within the syndicate. And finally you have void fissures. A little more complicated here, but needless to say, this is how you unlock most of the really good equipment in the game. Kind of explain that later, maybe if we do some. So I think right now though we are on a mission to get ourselves to Ceres, which this is the mission maps. So we have just completed the requirements on Mars to jump to Ceres, so I'm going to take us to the Ceres Junction. Let's see, what did it just say there? It said this is a single player. Oh yeah, I didn't want that. So we're going to Ceres. Alright, so you can see all these non-filled in areas mean we have not done them yet. This is the only mission we can do currently, and this is an exterminate, so basically we are just here to kill everything, or a specific amount of things. So we're going to do this solo, our friends only. So the Scald and I will run this one as we begin to unlock this planet. We're trying to get to Jupiter, where I'm going to be farming a very specific Warframe that I like. You'll notice to the right bottom of the screen, I just clicked a button that pulls up the primary elements that are available on this planet, or in this system. So we got the Orkin cells, circuits, alloy plates, and detonite ampule, or whatever that is. So these are all things that you can use to construct items in the game. Alright, so here we go. You ready, Scald?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Fashion souls.
We're going in. Going in.
Did you explain your Warframe? I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Yeah, no, I will. I didn't explain it. I will go into more detail at a later time.
Okay.
All you people that want to respond over there. Alright, so this is the loading screen. Skip right on in.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Okay, so basically, like any good game, you have a map up in the right left, and our objective right now is to kill 94 enemies, and we'll also be farming material, which typically will open up there.
Things you can blow that you can open.
And all these are basically materials that can be used to construct items, which this game really is about construction, about getting materials, getting the next best Warframe, getting the next best weapon. So exploration is definitely rewarded generally.
Find the toxic ooze.
So you have in this game powers.
Keep moving. None of the scanners have detected you.
So each Warframe has its own unique set of powers. So you can use melee weapons, you can use rifled weapons, you can use pistoled weapons, and then if I hold down the R1 button, you'll see in the right bottom corner, those are my powers. When they're all white, it means I can use them. When they're grayed out, it means I haven't accumulated enough energy yet to use them. And see at the bottom where it says 50, near the L1 button, I'm accumulating energy there, and it's little blue orbs. And when you accumulate enough, it unlocks different abilities that can be used by the frame.
And each frame has 4 unique abilities.
Yeah.
So what you can do is not what I can do.
Right, so the Scald's frame does something different. So I'm going to equip right now Iron Hide, or Iron Skin. So basically I just gave myself impenetrable skin, and you'll notice down at the bottom right by the 64 where it says Boltar, there's 100, the number 100 there. That means I can basically, I have a shield up to 100 points where I am invincible as long as that number stays up. And I can equip that anytime I have enough energy, if I choose. That blue thing that just fell out, that's energy. That's what gives me my special powers. Okay, and again, exploration often rewarded. I think we came in from there, sort of, kind of. And your frames have some pretty amazing mobility options.
Space ninjas.
Space ninjas, exactly. So you can see I'm down to 95 on my Iron Skin, so I've taken some hits, but it hasn't affected my actual shields or my health. Shields are at 720 in blue, and my health is 260.
You can do things like wall run. Oh, that's stuck. Yep.
Oh god.
That stinks.
Yeah, that was...
Oh, no, it popped it back up right here.
Okay.
Nice.
That is an IN crystal, and they can be used for the currency that you use to upgrade weapons in frames called Endo. There are destructible pieces in the environment. That's an alarm, meaning they have signaled.
You've been seen.
Okay, and so the Scald is deactivating the alarm so that we get off the radar, so to speak.
Maybe. Wow, that was a tough one.
Alarms reset.
It's my melee weapon. Okay.
Alright, I got stuck though. Anything over there?
Okay, so we do have stuff over there.
I'm just following you.
Okay. So I'm going to re-establish my Iron Skin. Just to give me that little extra bit of shielding. Here's a Rhino Stomp. Whoa.
Trying to knock yourself off the edge?
Yeah. So basically Rhino Stomp allows me to just go through a group of enemies without taking damage and just pretty much knock them. Especially effective in large groups where you're starting to get pinned down. Flag off again. You see that style kill, get 5 kills while sliding. That gives you special leveling.
Okay.
Or currency again, that helps you to respawn. And you can scale walls up. Oh, you're not watching me die so bad.
Run along the right. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cheap.
Alright. Okay. So you see I'm accumulating my 5 skills while skill kills.
Down there. Oh, there's a...
We've been down here. Now that little dog that's following Lucy, that's one of her companions, and I have this floating little satellite thing above me, and that's one of the companions I have, and those level as well, and you can put perks on them and so on.
Let me do my ring toss.
Yep. So Lucy's doing a special ability, which...
It just weakens their,
yeah. In reserve. So I just did my bull rush basically through that enemy. Now see, Lucy's character is kind of invisible right now. I imagine until you fire or something.
It has to do with range and, yeah, if I fire. And it's from my companion. It's companion specific. And those are Kubros. What I have is a Kubro. And you have different types. So depending on what type of Kubro I have equipped, it impacts what kind of abilities can be used.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of a neat feature. I've had 3 different Kubros. And by far this is my favorite version.
Okay, so now I'm going to shut the alarm off.
Alarms successfully hacked. The location is returning to normal security levels.
So again, just kind of exploring. This mission type is probably the best overall for farming because your goal is just to assassinate or exterminate.
So you gotta take your time, walk around.
Right. And that red marker that you yeah, the red marker that you see is the direction of the next batch of enemies. This is a stealth kill. Another kill. Melee. And then I'm going to mark this as circuitry lockbox. So what I did there was marked it so that she could find it. Got a nice little cache stuff in here.
Here, this marking. Explain this marking on the wall.
Okay, yeah, so this typically means that you can climb up the wall. So if I push against the wall, I can scale up it. You'll see that periodically in the environment. It's kind of like a little hint of where you can go.
Because sometimes it's not obvious how you get to certain places, so you have to be able to do things like the wall climb.
Right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times
Watch
you can
yourself. Grenier are on the way.
scale wherever you would like to. Get some surprise attacks. And so on. Oh, Okay, so I imagine this is probably corrosive. Yep.
Yep.
So I'm putting on my iron skin. You can see that it does take...
There's one of my special powers. I impaled everyone.
Oh yeah, so that's one of Lucy's powers. It just impaled everybody.
Except for crowd control.
Okay, I just did my bull rush there to knock everybody down and stun them. I also have the ability to... That roar just empowered Lucy's character as well as mine. They take less distance and they have a greater chance for criticals. And you can see the counter up there at the top between her character name and mine, and we're glowing. So that was a special ability of mine to help buff the Scald's character and mine. Utilizing the iron skin.
Nice. Did you lose your weapon?
Did I what?
Did you lose your boltar?
Oh, did I? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's up here.
Didn't even see that. So,
Yeah, they can disarm you, you know.
yeah. Sometimes the enemies can take away your stuff. Alright, that's a shield. So the guy in the middle there is made a shield, which I just took the shield generator out. Now they're all white like that because my little avid helper...
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
has a freeze beam. Okay, so we killed the required amount of enemies. There's still going to be enemies in the area, but that little green symbol now means that we can extract. Again, I can't pass up shinies when I see them. There's some Oxium over here. I would love to see if Plastids appear.
Where was the oxygen? I may have already picked it up.
Right there.
Yeah, I think I got it already. Thank you.
Okay.
No, don't fall.
So you do have incredible mobility with your frames. As you saw there, I almost fell off the edge and then just immediately recovered. Where is he? And there was my charge, which will either completely kill them or knock them back substantially. So that little move there where I jump and then melee straight down will clear paths. You can see my iron skin is counting
around.
Yes.
That was a stuck on fragment for me.
That's where we came from. So I'll demonstrate my first major power. This is my biggest power. Oh. Now there's a lockbox, which I just marked. And there's another security lockbox that I just marked. So again, just kind of farming the area for supplies. Definitely a good thing to have. That yellow...
Because supplies are required to build, mod, change everything.
Okay, so we are getting to the end here. Yep. Alright, and so this is the extraction point. And we get extracted and it tallies all of our Loots. So those mod awards, these are like the little cards I was talking about that you can equip onto your Warframe or your weapons. Like that one goes on a pistol, the other one goes on a rifle. Each one has a different characteristic, and you'll see the little dots below what it's good for. So you'll see pistol and then 5 little dots. Each one of those dots represents leveling that can be brought to the card. I'll show you a card real quick here. So this is the spaceship or hub. You go into your arsenal and you go to upgrade, and you basically have all these cards down here that you can use to equip on your Warframe for different purposes. So this one gives me more armor, that one gives me shield capacity, and so on. And you have 3 options or build areas. So you could do one build that focuses on tanking, for instance, with things that are going to buff your ability to withstand damage, and then you could have one that is just all power driven. So you're able to cast more power, or you could have, you know, a dual combo. Each aspect of the frame, from the Warframe down to the equipment. So you'll see I have the same options for my weapons,
now get out there and cut down the
companions, and so on. These cards also can be interchanged between all of your equipment. So just because I have it equipped right now on this glaive does not mean that I cannot use any of these cards in another melee option. So I'll get into more later about how the point system here works, but basically you have a specific amount of points that you can put into each card. We'll talk about that later. I can't think that deep right now. Alright, so if we're looking, basically what we're trying to do right now is unlock some areas.
There's a void traces alert. I'm just gonna be locked for me.
Plus it's only 20. I mean, granted it's good void traces, but void traces are basically currency that you use to unlock these void fissures. They're like little eggs, for lack of a better definition. You need enough of those void traces to make them better, so that you have a higher chance of opening better equipment.
I've been thinking, operator.
We have a spy mission and an interception.
Okay.
If we do the spy, I would probably keep it friends. If we do the interception, I would open it up.
Okay, what is that in?
Nixia is the interception.
Where are those? Are those void fissures?
No, just on Ceres, the next.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. Boo. Okay, well, we're trying to get to Jupiter Junction.
Either takes
Yeah.
you.
So what we'll need to so the things we'll need to do to open up Jupiter is defeat Vor and Krill at Exta on Ceres. So we do need to unlock Exta, which is there. We need to survive 10 minutes or more at Draco on Ceres. So that's probably where is Draco?
That's up. That's
yeah,
up. We
there
have
it
to go
is.
the interception route.
Yeah. Okay, and then we'll need to defeat a prosecutor on Ceres. Those are just the guys that beam in.
Leave an alarm going. We'll turn one long enough. Maybe
Yeah.
like survival.
Why don't we just start working our way to unlock Draco?
Okay. So,
So interception,
open it up to
public. All right.
It's an easier type of mission.
So this will bring other people into our game. We won't be talking with them, but it does increase your odds of performing better. Also, when you're trying to open specialized equipment, the more people you have in the party, the better. I think up to 5 people can play.
Yeah.
One.
Unless it's a specialized raid thing. Yeah, 5.
Welcome, lone viewer. Thank you for tuning in.
Okay.
Just experimenting on the Warframe here.
We have located the enemy's planetary communication
Oh,
towers.
this is gonna be a little bit.
Capture the towers
And
and
we don't have
remain in
anybody with
control
us.
long enough to decode
You said it's
incoming
public?
messages.
Yep. Alright, so this is what's called an interception. Each one of those areas we are supposed to capture and hold. The problem is there's only 2 of us to try to capture and hold 4 points. It's possible, but at this stage, and with the frames that we're running, might be a little more difficult. We'll see how it goes.
Alright, well, I'm at Charlie.
Yeah, I hear you. We've been playing a while on the Xbox, but not the PS4, so we're kind of starting over on the PS4. We have some friends that are going to be playing it, so we're just trying to give them some little tips on how to play. No experts here by any means, though. Alright, so this is where we capture the area. You'll see it counting down at the top. The blue is already captured. We got to hold the areas.
You have captured a radio tower.
This usually works much better with 4 people running at the same time, and each person's responsible for their position. And generally speaking, one area at a time will be bum rushed.
We have control of all 4 towers.
Alright,
Yeah, they're all at Charlie.
so I will go over and help out over here.
I'm good. Just maintain.
Okay. Oh, and that's a death. Or a fall.
Oh.
I know, you can join if you want. Feel free to join in. We use the help, at least on this one. Razor M.
Can you spell it? R-A-I-Z-O-R.
R-A-I-Z-O-R-M. Alright, here comes my big blue lady. Okay, that was my ability.
Uh-oh.
What?
I'm being hunted. Ah.
Oh, okay, so the Scald is now being hunted.
The murder of Jekyll will not go unpunished.
Which means that she is now going to be hunted by a little bit higher level individuals.
And I'm in the worst frame for it.
And there they come. That's a stalker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not sure where he is.
I think. Where is he? Was he on you? I think we got him.
We may have gotten him. No, there he is. There he is.
Where? Is he on you?
I'm fighting him.
Okay.
And I'm moving up.
Oh, he got me too.
What are they like? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We have lost control of the tower.
Worst frame for that.
The enemy have captured.
We could have had him if we attacked together, but we were
Yeah.
each down.
I couldn't see him. He was, oh.
I had taken it. Yeah, I had taken his shield off,
Yeah.
but then
Okay, she's not the worst frame. I actually really love this frame.
The
actually
enemy
miss.
have taken a tower. You must
We have
recapture it.
minutes coming in.
This tower is ours now. We cannot allow the enemy to learn of our espionage. Eliminate the remaining enemy personnel.
possibly joining.
Cool, man. Thanks, Hero. I appreciate it. I definitely will add you to the list. We are always looking for people to play with. Appreciate the sub.
Hello, person. Are we extracting?
Yeah, we'll just extract.
Okay.
Good work today. Not only have we decoded the enemy transmissions, we have also disrupted their communications.
We usually play heavier on Fridays and Saturday nights. And we're just kind of leveling, having a night.
I think I leveled up. Something.
Yeah.
I surely did.
Alright, so as you watched, you may have seen some things rank up, and that's the goal. You basically,
if I may say, operator, your chosen Warframe suits you.
if you see below our names, there's a little blue bar there. That's called Mastery Level. You'll see I'm a 4 and the Scald is a 3. But as that little blue bar goes up, it will open up the next opportunity to rank up. So my next rank would be 5. The way you level that bar is by equipping new pieces of equipment or new frames to play that will gain experience. Each piece of equipment or frame will go up to a rank of 30. So while you play with the more pieces of equipment that you are playing with that are able to rank, the more opportunity you have to level up for your next mastery rank, if that makes sense. So you'll notice that the companion loadout, it says max rank. So when I play, I'm not really going to get much skill or experience from those two pieces, but you'll see that my Rhino, the Boltar, the Kraken, and the Glaive are all below rank 30. So I'm actually going to be scaling or gaining experience points much quicker with this many pieces of unranked 30 equipment. Hopefully that made sense. I'm babbling a little bit, but so
Do you remember the old war, operator?
We'll see if I have any
Or
points to
seems to
upgrade.
have misplaced those memories.
Alright, so you'll notice that where it says capacity, I show a 1 and 23. So basically what that means is that I have 23 points in total that I can spend down here equipping cards, and I have 1 point that is unspent currently. So you'll notice on each of these cards, like for instance here, there is a 3. It's green and green. There's a 3. On this one there's a 6 in the top right hand corner, and this one there's a 2 and a 4. That's how much it costs to put this card up here on the board to be used by my frame currently. So 2, 6, 12, 15, 20, 22 with 1 point to spend over there. So I can put any combination of cards up there that I want, so long as I don't go over 23 points, which is where the capacity is. As I level my Warframe or my equipment, I will gain more capacity, and I will also gain points to spend either by putting up new cards or by leveling the current cards. So you'll see that the steel fiber card has 3 little dots that are glowing. That's because
I have to do it. More dots.
more dots. Yes. Let's look at the intensity or the intensify. So you'll see this has 2 glowing dots and 1 that is not glowing. That means I can level this card up, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I go into modding, and the card we were just talking about is right there. So I could rank this up. You'll notice I just did that by hitting the R1. And it will take, if you look over at the left hand side of the screen, you'll see a green 12% it takes my ability strength, that's the armor that I equip, or that bull rush thing that I do, from 9% to 12% strength. And then if you look over on the right hand side of the screen, it says rank 3 fusion cost, and you'll see that there's a 120 on that symbol, which is called endo, and then you'll see those little 3 bars there that's called credits. It's 5,796 credits. That's basically cash in the game. So that's the cost. I have a green check mark by each of them, which means that I could upgrade that particular piece of equipment or that particular card right now if I chose to. I'm not going to do that right now, though. So. This is the area that's probably can be the most confusing at first, but really it's just about simple mathematics. You can also have the game do it for you by simply selecting auto install, and it will give you the best overall options that it thinks are best for you. So, at any rate. Alright. So again, we are marching. So we just unlocked Synxia, is that what it was? Yeah. So Kisti is a mobile defense. I should probably do that one on public.
Okay.
So a mobile
shopping, sorry.
Yep. A mobile defense is where we will be defending an area for a period of time, and then we will have to rotate or move to a new area and defend that area for a period of time, and so on. So let's go ahead, and we're at public. We'll see if we join with anybody.
Maybe we should do a payment interception with just the 2 of us.
Alright, someone just joined in. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I was just saying that we did pretty well on that interception with just the 2 of us. It tends to be kind of a tricky one.
This is a mobile defense mission.
Okay, so this...
You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations while I break into the network.
So you hear that.
Be prepared for heavy resistance.
Defend.
I can't do this without you.
So we will defend.
Oh, we left.
Oh, did he?
Fine. We're not cool enough.
So you see how I kind of took my own path.
Whereas I took the ramp.
Now I'm using my
I
pistol.
need access to a terminal. Find one and patch me in.
Putting on my iron skin is going to give me more protection. I'm kind of tanky that way.
Yeah, well, that whole thing is a tank.
Yeah.
Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend.
Don't fall down the hole.
Alright.
Is that glass? Oh,
Yeah. Alright, so we are now in defense mode.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
I have something very similar. I got this glowing disc around me now. It's very similar to the iron skin.
So you can see that my infinity thing, or affinity, is to get 30 kills right now. You'll see killer, get 30 kills. That affinity stuff will allow you to respawn and is used much later in the game
Still working on it.
to
Continue
purchase specific upgrades.
I marked circuits if you're interested.
What's that?
I marked circuits if you're interested in anything.
So here's my bull rush.
Oh, it knocked the guys down up here, nice.
Huh?
it knocked the guys, something ricocheted from that, or something knocked down all the guys up here.
Yeah, it's everything in front of me, regardless of where it is. So we're still defending, and we got the next piece. Okay, so now we will be moving on.
It's not this way.
Yep. Creme.
You are surrounded by Premier
You like
Marines.
coffee and you creme.
Crumb! I need my crumb!
Alright, where do I, what's in here? Oh, we got
Gotta what?
a extremis.
Okay.
He's down. Good job.
I love how they just hang on the spears.
Pretty Dracula-like.
Tommy's mad.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend.
Alright, so I'm going to upload.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a
I'm
moment.
using my rifle.
Oh, thank you for joining too.
That's what I say when those women do the lifting. I'm like, oh, convenient, thanks.
You'll notice above the head of the enemies there will be a symbol that if you pay attention to it you can actually see what the enemy is vulnerable to. Like that guy is vulnerable to puncture and cold.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
That guy's vulnerable to cold also.
I got a Nox. Like Nox himself.
Yeah.
No, like the guy Nox.
Frontal assault.
Terminal hacked. Keep moving.
Alright, so we have it unlocked. So I'm going to take the next piece. It looks like it's back down.
I got an Exodus down here. Oh, oh. Wow, dang, Bluff, you are awesome.
Huh?
Commenting on Bluff's ability to be awesome.
Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
There's another Nox. Watch him. He's really not good.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
I need that second. I mean, I like the rifle, but man, this, I feel like I'm. I don't know. I think I need to put something on.
against us, Tenno. But we did
Alright.
it. Mission complete.
I think I'm missing one. Okay.
What happened?
I got shot in the head. I'm missing one kill by a rifle.
Okay, so what I just did there was revive the Scald, which prevents her from having to spend affinity to revive herself. And you only get a certain number of revives per mission. So it behooves to help other Tenno out and vice versa.
Very suspicious. I'm always in the hunt for random shinies and cephalon fragments, which is why I kind of sometimes veer off my own path.
Yes, you got to be. They are hidden.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Figure I have Iron Skin and the best to revive.
yeah, it is helpful. Circuitry. Where I waypointed.
What's that?
I waypointed some circuitry.
Yeah, I did too.
I did not see yours so well.
It's down here. You probably already got it.
I got it. Yep, found it.
Okay. I hear something.
Hear something? Jump across this ooze.
Okay, maybe it's...
Something down here. And just like credits.
I thought the IN statues made a noise.
I don't know if they do. They might. The crystals do.
Yeah. It's tough to say. Tough to say.
They're hard to see sometimes. Like you're going really fast.
Right.
Watch yourself. Rainier are on the way.
What I should do is next time we do like a run like that, I should put on the treasure hunter mod.
Yeah. Let's see, folks, with a little exploration, I found this little room. Didn't amount to much, but I'll be there in a second. But I'm not. I like that. Because that shield guy would normally pummel you. Cut into you. Okay, so... Oh, we got an aura I can sell.
Oh, nice.
Those are very important for some higher end.
Got one. I did
upgrades.
get one.
Oh, you did?
Yep. See this? I must have missed it.
Alright, give me a moment, folks, to go pour some more wine.
Here.
I'm gonna bring it in here.
Okay.
The next 30 minutes are ad-free, thanks to the following sponsor.
Tenno, a new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
Ting 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 ting. Wow. I believe we did.
Not too bad, actually.
No, not at all.
Perfect.
I'm gonna play this in the background because it's something that is actually that you can do.
How do you do that?
Because I'm playing it on Spotify, so I'm just playing it for me.
Oh.
I don't know if they do it.
Whoops. No. Okay.
Yeah, can you hear it now?
Operator, Ordis wonders,
It's kind
what
of
are you thinking about?
it's not coming through great.
It's fine, it's just more for me.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I used to love to do that through my card. Oh, I keep running a Warframe without any abilities. Okay, so what I just did there, folks, was an auto install. So I'm kind of allowing the game to auto install mods for me so I can kind of learn from it. Sometimes you just don't want to think about it. So auto install. And it does things I would never have thought of doing, which is interesting. So I like to see what it likes to do. The way you do that from the screen is you would push the thumbstick, the R, I guess it's the R3, thumbstick down, it brings up this menu, and then obviously auto install. So I'm going to kind of go down all my pieces here.
Your chosen Warframe suits you. Ha ha.
It tends to early on with weapons like to give them it tends to like to give them attributes like electricity or poison or things like that. So it doesn't focus as much on, well, it does, on damage, but also those little attributes. I usually went weird ways like number of bullets and things like that. So alright, so this guy hasn't been leveled in a while. Huh? Oh wow.
What?
By auto leveling, it actually installed an Orkin catalyst
Oh, interesting.
on my glaive.
Of all things.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, my spin attack, you know, where if you while you
Right.
spin, hits for 1,192 points of damage.
Nice.
My leap attack for 477. My blast charged throw for 960. So whatever it's doing, I like it. I suppose I just wasn't quite ready to. Well, I mean, who knew?
You know what, though?
Yeah.
You're letting it do it, then.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much follows the same path of what it does. It basically will do some increased damage, like a general and damage increase in modifier, and then it does it adds you know an attribute, and then it kind of spins from there. That wine's all nice and warm on my toes. Okay, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is the foundry, and this is where you build things that you collect. I'm not even going to get into the gist of it at this point, but I have built a shotgun, which I can't claim right now, but I'm going to spin for 2 weapon slots. Why not? Okay, so I'm going to claim a shotgun, and I built a cipher, which is just used to quickly unlock things, doors and so on. So you'll see just a brief education here. Each weapon has components that are needed to build it. So for instance, this Sestra needs neurodes. It needs 2 of them. It needs nanospores, 3,000 of those. It needs 4 gallium, and it needs rubidoobidoo.
Rubidoobidoo phenomena.
Rubedo. So I could build this, but you'll notice at the bottom there it costs 25,000 credits. I have 335, so it's not an issue. 335,000. But it takes 24 hours of real time to build that weapon. So that's both cool and not cool, because obviously when you get something new, you want it right away, and you can pay real cash money to have it built for you right away. But if you wait, it kind of gives you that sense of anticipation, like you ordered something.
Well, it also keeps you from like burning through your resources so fast.
Right, that's true. Warframes, however, when you build an entire new suit, those take 3 days to process. So, like, literally 3 full days before you can use them. Again, cool, but yeah, I really want to, you know, so yeah, so the Hydroid, that's one that I want. And that will take 72 hours to build once I have all the pieces.
Where are we farming that from?
I think from this area, to be honest. Those, or it could be Earth, though. I feel like it was that. Remember that battle on Earth that kind of went from one phase to another, one area to another area to another area? I don't know if you remember that with like that spider boss.
Oh yeah, I do.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you have to move your quest along to get to that point, though.
Right.
I may be a little behind in my questing.
No, that's fine. Alright, so we're going to continue to work. We made it to Kisti, now we're at Kerr, and that's a sabotage. Alright,
Okay.
ready?
Yep.
Listen up, y'all, this is sabotage. Listen up, y'all.
Yeah, I found with the no copyright sounds, it's on Spotify, so you could like actually play it as an app in your background.
That is cool.
But it tends to play.
There's got to be a way to...
Like I say, 95%. No, it's like 95% non-copyrighted sounds. It's what most people actually use in streaming.
Yeah, I can hear it occasionally come over. There's got to...
Do you want me to turn it down?
No. It sounds fine. There's got to be a way to...
There's actually stuff I have on the PlayStation you can do it. Or you just like...
plug it in.
Focus. Yeah.
Your target is the reactor.
Alright, so our target is the reactor. I fell down a little bit. I'm trying to recover. Jeez. I'm here.
Coming.
The reactor will have tight security. Watch out for enemy patrols. Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
So this one is like, this is the destroy the reactor. It's not spy, right?
Right.
It's not like completely necessary. Ugh, this is glitch.
Right.
So gross.
I'm just going to check out to see what's up here.
Okay. I mean, if
No.
it's good.
Nothing.
Okay.
Circuitry box, marked it.
Thank you.
Okay, so this mission is, I forgot, what is it? Sabotage?
Sabotage?
Yeah, so we're looking to do...
I'm gonna go low. That way I can scan for,
Yep.
fragments. You'll never know I was here. Lower.
That was a stealth kill.
We're avoiding the objective just to make sure we're not missing anything.
Yes. So yeah, we could be working our objective, but we're also looking for stuffs.
The fragments, which we haven't found yet. They're up top. Have you gone up top yet?
Yeah, and
We're
actually,
walking around.
if you go too far up, it actually... What's in here? Oh, interesting.
Fell down in the hole. Maybe?
Oh, it just takes us back. Yeah, it just takes us... Oh. Mm-hmm. So the interesting thing I've seen from at least this frame and the way it wants me to upgrade it, it's put very little into my health and everything into my shield. Like I still am sitting at 248 or 250 for health, but 750 on my shield.
What is that flaming thing in the distance? What is that? Smart.
Yeah, I noticed that. I bet it's a, yeah, it's
Yep,
crystal.
It just got hit open probably with like random fire.
Yep. Those crystals again give you building pieces. So the alarms are
You're on the
sounded.
sensors now. You've been detected.
No, we're not. Now we're off. Off the sensors.
Alarms reset.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh. Grim. Don't forget the tram before you come home.
La creme. Okay, a little bit hard to see out here. I can hardly see the road with all the steam. She's running. So if I sing it, is it against copyright?
What?
If I sing a song like that, is it?
Yeah, you can sing, you're fine.
But I sound very much like David Lee Roth, so.
Oh, of course.
She's running. See?
Yep.
Stop right there.
I hear it. I hear it.
You see my little companion doing his job. It slices, it dices. It's the glaive. Gotta say, I love me the glaive.
Yeah, I have really kind of fallen in love with the glaive. And
It's
there's a better one for sale on the market, but not currently available. So you have to do it like you just have to buy it.
It hits for so much power that
You kill someone. I need melee kills.
Huh? Oh, you need him?
Yeah, I need to give you one more.
Oh, okay.
It's right here. Here's right here. Oh, no, I need one more now. That would give you two more actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Good. Go away.
Okay. Just looking around.
Oh, it's a knock. It's like, why am I not getting damage?
Ooh. That spin hits for so much damage. It's crazy.
Who, what, knocks?
Just in general, the spin glaive, 1,000 points of damage.
Thank you for that salty.
What's that?
I said thank you for that sausage clip.
The 357 of the...
I'm just gonna pop in here.
Yep. Because you never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates.
It is a box of chocolates.
Oh.
I'm detecting a large security force heading your way.
Yes.
It's the Grenier.
Sure, we are surrounded by Grenier. Oh, it always goes for us. Atlantic Vulcan. What is that? That's a card I've never seen before.
What's that?
It's called Atlantis Vulcan. Did you pick it up? It was on the ramp coming up. I've never seen it before.
Pin him. Pin him.
It was on the ramp somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Guess I'll just...
Oops, I fell.
Me too. There's stairs here. Oh, jeez. I got it.
Target found. Destroy it.
Ah. I fell all the way down.
Alarms successfully hacked. The location is returning to normal security levels.
Don't fall.
Yeah, I was seeing that. Oh, hey. I think you have to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Now get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Like 8,000 points of damage.
From the slide?
Well, from the secret attack. I can't help myself looking down here.
I'm just searching around on my way.
Yep. I would love to get another Orokin.
What I'm looking for.
I see you found some alloy plate.
I was just standing around.
Oh, what's that? Mm-hmm.
Funny. You're just standing there. I was like, alright, well,
Yep.
what's some divine spears?
Oh, here's your Cephalon.
There we go. These are so critical, so and you need to look for them. And salmon. Don't bleed out.
Wow, that thing flies all over the place and just
What thing?
in a glaive. When you throw it charged, it'll go after everything.
Yeah. It's like, kind of like the chakra. A little bit. The big ring on my back.
Mm-hmm. Where I'm at. Stuffs.
Oh, I'm just gonna die on the extraction pad.
What's this?
Nicely done.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
That's a little plate, huh?
Yeah, wow. These Atlantis both in rapid strike and stance. Did you get it?
Yeah, I wonder if that will be something we can put on our glaive now. That will make the glaive just redunculous. Let us see.
Like, how close am I? Oh, so close to mastery test.
Yeah, you are. I say, yes you are, I say.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return.
Covered in blood.
Please return covered in blood. Still no stance for this thing. Get a stance for it, it would be amazing. Alright.
At some point I gotta do some the save what's his face, capture what's his face.
Oh, for the, yeah.
For stolen dreams.
Yep. Alright, well let's do that.
Now let me just, I'm gonna put some mod stuff into punch through, power through I mean, punch through.
Draco's got to be a 10-minute survival anyway in order to get it, so.
Okay.
Defeat Warren Krill, survive 10 minutes on Draco, and defeat... Oh wow, I feel like we had fought a prosecutor, but I guess not.
Devin hit a prosecutor?
Nope. No prosecutor.
No, it usually tells you when you hit one though.
Yeah, that's true. A prosecutor is entry, yeah.
Yeah. Just because they've got the big stick. Alright, well you want to do the survive 10 minutes?
Well, that's or we can work on your thing. It's up to you.
Why don't we just do the survival and then we can do mine? That way we can check off that.
Okay. Sounds nifty-difty. Alright, so we're doing Draco. There's, let me make sure it's open. We'll probably need another squad to do 10 minutes of survival. Public. Alright. Hopefully we get some people in.
That'll be helpful.
10 minutes. It's 2 rounds, basically.
Operator? Orders wonders.
Yeah, we got one person at least. This is where a Hydroid would be awesome.
Oh, sporks.
Huh?
Bet down sporks. Just sporks in general. He's doing sporks.
Right. Sporky. Okay. So survival, you basically just have to survive without oxygen.
While a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for supplies. Ready? Trigger the alarm.
So as long as you have oxygen in
They
this,
have just shut down all systems. I'm
we
sending life
survive.
support capsules your way.
The key to this is
Life support
to
capsule has arrived.
minimize
Activate it. Supply is low.
the amount of supply that you actually activate. So you'll see that symbol there.
Personal life support nodules dropped by fallen enemies.
That symbol means you can do the real big boost of oxygen, but they're limited. So each of these guys will potentially drop little mini things of oxygen. You want to survive on those as long as possible.
I also want to stay kind of together-ish.
Yeah. Especially later on, yep. Which, this is an amazing farming piece. Alright, got another person in here. So that is what you can get to jolt a big supply of oxygen. You'll see the life support to my left. We're at 83%. And these guys, you'll see it periodically go up without us having to trigger the big thing. Again, you want to avoid.
Don't worry if you fall off the edge. It doesn't like add up to your kills or anything, like your deaths.
Yeah.
It just is annoying.
Right. Yeah, falling doesn't really do anything to you. So now we have 2 possible life support capsules to help us survive.
But because we're killing enemies so efficiently and taking a very small oxygen pack, it becomes not nearly as critical. And that's kind of the key, is not to hit those big packs unless you absolutely need them.
So all those little blue things that are falling out are
prepare for life
oxygen
support.
packs.
We're still really good on oxygen. I love when I try to do a slide attack and I just completely
Additional life
miss.
support has arrived.
Hold the lines! Hold the
We're kind of
lines!
split into different areas.
Hold the lines! Yeah, basically I'm just standing at the edge of this tunnel.
That's what my porcupines, you just...
Doing a 300. Take turns, one reload while the other fires.
Reloading.
Life support incoming.
Reloading.
Reloading. Oh, get out of the way.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Reloading.
When you are ready, go to extraction.
15 minutes,
The
right?
operative has
Yeah.
just made their first discovery. Keep up the good work.
We're actually at a really good spot.
As long as we have somebody always giving our life support.
Yep. But we've got one right behind us for like an emergency.
They're speared right now, they'll be out in a second.
cool looking.
Life support on the way.
Reloading.
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 Another life support capsule is now available.
Reloading.
That's 6. Coming up on 7 minutes. Drinking.
I guess I'll fire. I was like, okay, I guess I'll fire.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Lighting extract.
We gotta wait till we're done with this. Reloading.
10-0. Prepare for life support.
I'm not dropping much life support. I'm gonna not.
Grab it, I'll stay here with the line.
Additional life support has arrived. Life support activated.
We finally have our thingy. Probably like seen us on the map not moving, wondering why we weren't moving. It really is like 300.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab a, or I guess we're gonna do that.
Life support incoming.
Keep them with the shield down the tunnel.
She's still out there?
Well, we should have everything else reloading.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
It's nice to come in and so nice.
72%. Napalm.
Wow, you could just farm this all night long.
Yep. We're at 10 minutes.
Alright, I'm gonna go get a...
You going?
Well, I was gonna go get a, health
yeah.
thing.
I'm with
Whatever,
you.
life support.
Yep.
Life support has been
Where are
replenished.
they? There's
Yeah, they're
supports. I don't know if they're trying to fight. I don't know how long they want to go for.
Yeah, we'll just go to them.
Get ready for a capsule.
Okay.
They found an A10 crystal. One of them's on the run.
On the run?
They looked like they were, not on the run, but like...
I've delivered
Crystal.
another life support capsule.
Stay together. I guess they're moving out.
Okay.
Just gonna cross over.
No, they're not now. I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not.
I'm gonna come to you.
Life support on the way. That should keep you going for a while.
Well, this rate we may play to 15 because
Right.
we get my reward at 15, and so we're halfway there.
Alright, so I'm gonna go back to them.
Okay, yeah.
Strength in numbers.
Track back to them.
Another life support capsule is now available.
I feel like as soon as I get to them,
Oh, I found a fragment.
where are you at? Where are you?
A little bit down underneath the bridge, or
Oh, yeah.
steps or whatever.
Where is that?
It's right under. It's right
Oh
under.
yeah, I see it, I see it.
Ouch.
Nice.
Get ready for a capsule.
I got him. I think. Where the heck is he?
Additional life support has arrived.
It's almost
We'll all
14.
share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
Alright, we got 63 on the oxygen, 60.
Okay. There's that one. Let's see how you catch it. There's another one.
Life support activated.
I think they're near. We're heading towards sport.
There too.
I'm gonna pick up this one. Oh, no, not. They're back at.
Yeah, I see where you guys are.
Shadow, prepare for life support.
I really have fallen in love with this Warframe.
I've delivered another life support
As far as
capsule.
like a more aggressive DPSer. Yeah, I do love New Frost, but he's definitely defense. Line. Oh my gosh, did you guys put the Orphan Cell in here?
There's one?
Yeah, I just marked it. I mean, I marked where it was.
Right. I'm gonna come in there. Yep, yep. You're
And
right.
there's another one here.
Yeah, I think I got that one.
Okay. That one. And another one here. Good. I think I got him.
Or
I mean, he may have already had him. Who knows?
yeah, oxygen is low.
So we got that close one. I'll show you
Yeah.
the far.
Life support incoming.
We'll use some oxygen.
I got one.
Life support has been replenished. Another
Good,
life
it's
support
China,
capsule
good.
is now available.
Come on. This doesn't open. Guys? Good one, actually. We're doing well. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're making our way out.
Yeah, it's fine. Especially if, once we hit 20.
Life support on the way.
Yeah, I like to be as close to the, even though we're not moving that way.
Oh, right there.
Additional life support has arrived.
I will say, I have the Thieves Wit equipped right now, just on a low setting.
Just what?
The Thieves Wit, I have it equipped right now on a low setting, and it does make a difference in terms of, like, keeping track of stuff on the map.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great farming run.
Look what our Tenno operative just found. They could not do this without you.
Alright, so that should get us to the end.
That should
Yeah,
keep
we're
you
right
going
here.
for a while. Life support incoming.
Stop. Good.
How?
Because my stomp, well timed.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Somebody dropped their gun.
Yeah. Slow creepy was down.
Got him, I got him, I got him.
Alright,
There's
guys.
an orphan cell right here. I picked it up, but if anybody wants it.
Right in here, in this area.
Yeah. I wait, be right there, that waypoint area. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, they're taking weapons right and left, huh? Ooh, I'm hurting.
Oh, there you go.
Where are you? Okay.
Good luck. I have a weapon too.
We should start thinking about
Yep.
exiting.
Start backing it up. Thanks, 25 though, 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
The exit's getting ugly.
The exit?
Yeah. I mean, I'm here at the exit, and I'm gonna have to
I'm here with
defend
you.
it. We can defend from here, guys.
They're here. They're right here.
Got two people bleeding out. What?
God, not those not.
I'm gonna bleed out. I can't help you.
Fine, fine.
Jeez Louise. Come on, guys. We're gonna lose everything.
Stay in the decoy mission, okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to, but I was getting sniped. I have no iron skin left.
Critical life support levels. Extraction is your best option.
Melee is your best bet, yes.
I know. Extraction is ready.
I'm down.
You are running out of time. Consider extraction.
What the heck, you guys?
They should have been here a long time ago.
What the heck? You guys? 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 What the heck? You
Someone's got to stay alive for 6 more seconds.
He's got to get life support. He's got to get life
Yeah,
support.
we got to get out of here. They just got to get up. Would everybody get in here? Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Wow, we got slow.
Well, I'll take the flow then.
Mm-hmm. 4 cells.
I got 8 organ cells.
Yeah. You got 8? Wow. How did I only get 4?
I don't know. I mean, I marked as many as I saw. Some, you know, I may have picked stuff up that I just didn't see.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have flow. And I made my mastery then. Holy moly. Here's the last mission results. She's nice. You and I rocked with the damage taken stat.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Guess what's getting equipped right away if I can do it.
It was easier for me to not take damage because I just kept running Iron Skin, but
Well, yeah,
at
I
the
would
end they
have
got greedy with it. Greedy with distribution.
I would have done mine more often. However, I was constantly doing the spear.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'll take that blow.
Operator, did you hear that? It said... Cosmic background radiation is a riot!
Ammo, except for 2 rifle ammo. I'll take that. Everything ranks up nicely.
What?
They're just like all my things ranked up nicely.
Right.